All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started with Monday Night Rare. This is my weekly podcast, weekly live podcast. This is episode number 4 now. We're on number 4, fourth week in a row, and boy, am I excited because this week we have Angel Eyes 66 and Zach Elite on the show tonight on the PS4. I've been talking to Angel Eyes basically since I first thought of this, and to get her on, and we scheduled it out, and the day is finally here. So I'm super excited to have my two guests here today. We are going to go ahead and open up the fire team for people to join. Exiled, go ahead and join. I just made it public. Anybody else who wants to join, go ahead. And we'll go ahead and get some 6v6 going. But let's go ahead and introduce our two guests. Of course, Angel Eyes, the first female streamer on the old show, and this week, yes, Boz, I'll be going on YouTube. Yep, and she hails from jolly old England, right? I mean, I'm not getting that wrong, am I? You're not like Scottish or something. I don't know.
I don't have that accent though.
Oh, wait, what? You don't have an accent? Come on now.
I don't have the posh accent. I don't have the Queen's English.
Oh, okay. All right. So what would you call your accent then?
I'm Northern.
Northern. Okay.
Northern.
Okay. Let's go, Mastodon. All right. So why don't we tell us about a little bit about yourself, Angel Eyes? How long you've been streaming? What got you into streaming? And what do you know? So tell us a little bit about your stream.
Well, I can't even remember how I got into streaming properly. It was actually my other half who did his first ever stream. I think that was like May, but it's not his thing really, just as it was a one-off. And I think it was just I discovered the Guardian Outpost and went and watched him, and that kind of made me want to stream.
Just got the edge.
I've been streaming since about September. But only had like a schedule since I'd say January, and I mainly stream Destiny. So yeah, that's my story so far.
Fantastic. And my other guest today is Zach Elite. Why don't we go ahead and tell us about yourself, sir?
Well, my name is Zach, of course, from the name Zach Elite. So it's my show, The Light Show. I started streaming back in, I actually started dabbling it back in Justin TV and took a really long break. Came back to Twitch about a year ago, last year in May. Did a little dabbling here and there. Didn't really do much with it when Chrono Raid came out. And then I started watching a streamer called True Talent. He is a British streamer, and he generally streams fighting games. Street Fighter 4. He was really famous for high elite, elite player, and he's a variety streamer. But I started watching him, and I got really interested in it. So I started picking it up again, and didn't have a schedule, but just started streaming, and then I started getting really influenced by Professor Broman and like streamers like that, T-Rex, and I just love Destiny. So it was such a impactful influence because of the two combination. So I started actually doing a schedule back in, I would say October, and yeah, and ever since then I've just been full on with it, committed, and been streaming.
Right on. That's cool. So tell us about what are some of your favorite moments, guys, with streaming so far, and with Destiny in general? Like what has really like stood out to you as a streamer? Like any specific moments, any specific days that just just really cemented streaming as something you really enjoy doing? So
you want to go first?
No.
Oh, man. Okay. So, man. I mean, like I said, when I started actually just really figuring out what it was back in Justin TV, I fell in love with. I kind of really got interested in it then. I love the concept of broadcasting yourself over the internet and just kind of entertaining in that way. It was a different form of entertainment. It was new. I mean, I'm a tech geek, so it was like technology, entertainment. Oh my God, what is this? I got really interested, and then I started when I really fell in love with it was when I started watching Professor Broman and King Nathalion. They built such a community, and that's the one thing I love about playing video games. You know, I played video games by myself for quite a long time, but whenever I played with friends, I noticed that was when I had like the best times, some of my best memories, and that whole community, playing with my best friends, that whole community base of building, people around you and just hanging out together, being able to do it no matter where you are. I mean, that's just what made me fall in love with streaming in general. Now, that goes right into Destiny. My favorite part is the community. I never really experienced or been in a community as amazing as Destiny's community, and I really think it's top notch.
Okay. Yeah. Before Angela has answers, I'm gonna go ahead and thank you guys for the host. I do not have alerts on, or alerts. I do not have alerts on, mainly because we are doing the podcast, and so thank you guys for the host. Thank you so much for the follows tonight. Zebulon, hello, how's it going? Again, this is Monday Night Rare. My two guests tonight are Angel Eyes and Zachy Lee. There is a multi, if my mods can go ahead and put that into chat. And also, there's Scaven, you joined us. Yeah, put that in the chat. Oh, dang it. Wow, that guy didn't take... Wow, look at the red bar. Yay, red bar. My favorite. So anyway, all right, so go ahead and with your answer there, Angel Eyes.
I think for me, like Zach said, it's all about the community. I mean, one of my best streams and favourite streams would have been the charity stream that I've done recently for Mind, which is a mental health charity. That was amazing to do that and to kind of get those donations for that charity and just help towards it, really. It was really fun to do. Unfortunately, Destiny had maintenance at the time, so I was playing until dawn. But that was a really good experience, and I think just meeting everybody and having everybody there, like on the good days and the bad days, this community will just basically hold you up. I think that's the main thing for me, and the people that I've met through streaming. Yeah,
for sure, man. I think that's going to be a lot for, or the same thing for a lot of people. That just the community that this surrounds this game, and just Twitch in general for this game. Wow, that guy's lagging. So like, there you go. So what have been some of your greatest challenges so far with streaming? I mean, like, what have you like run into that's like, has there ever been any moments where you said like, maybe this isn't for me?
I think for me, it's probably the first few streams that I had when there was only like one person there.
Sure.
I think it can kind of get to you a little bit. But like now I've kind of looked at it as it's practice, so I can practice talking. But the first couple of times when you just have that one person in, or not even that one person, you can get a bit like, oh, maybe this isn't right for me. And I think it's just persistence. Like, I persisted with it, and like I really enjoy it now. But the first few times I was just a bit like, oh, no one wants to watch me game. No one wants to come and see me.
Yeah, I don't, oh man. I don't want to sound like, I want to sound the best way possible, of course, but I really haven't had that moment yet. I run a small business on the side myself, and I really developed the attitude that you just never give up, no matter what.
Sure.
No matter how low you go, and because of that, that's really like, without that, it's really helped me just have the attitude that no matter what I do, no matter if I have one viewer or 100 viewers, just keep doing what I'm doing, be myself, and it'll happen eventually. And I'm a very patient person, so I'm fortunate to not really have that moment yet.
Sure.
But ironically, I'm actually looking forward to that moment, because I think that's really what's going to be a turning point for my streaming career, and I think that's what's going to force me to change and take it to the next level. So
wow, this game is super laggy, like really bad.
I'm watching people walk and then teleport backward.
But yeah, I think you're right. It's really one of those moments where, like, depends on how long you've been doing it and whatnot. But I think everybody, there is a point where some people, you have to wonder, is it worth it? Is like what? Well, first of all, I guess maybe we should talk about this a little bit, because one thing, it really helps to know what your goal is and where you're going with streaming, and what your plan is, because not everybody, and I've kind of said it before, that everybody, it's my opinion that everybody who streams every day has a goal to get partnered, whether it's like a primary goal or not, but it's still a goal. But there are people that do it just for fun, but generally those people aren't the ones doing it 7 days a week, 12 months out of the year. So what are your guys' goals for streaming? Because I know both of you guys have a fairly regular schedule now. Angel Eyes, I know you're on really regular and doing the thing. So what would you guys consider your guys' like honest to goodness goal with your stream?
Well, I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, I'd be lying if I said my goal is not to be partnered. But that's not my focus. My focus, my goal after that, that's more of a stepping stone for me. It's more of really, I find it to be very important to help other people achieve their dreams and achieve their goals. And there's no other way than one way to do that, and that's by doing it yourself and then teaching and showing other people how to do it through what you've done. So that's really my goal. So yeah, partner definitely would be a goal for me, but that's just a stepping stone to then lead, sort of what you do with King Italian do with Guardian Outpost does. Really helping other people achieve that. I realize how important dreams are. We need dreamers in this world, and even if it's a dream that maybe people don't, respect or really consider to be something big, or as many of us do get flack with that, it's still a dream. So that's really my main goal.
God damn it. Try to jump out of that.
I would probably say mine's pretty much the same. Like, I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the day, I think pretty much everyone's goal, like you said, if they've got a schedule, is to get partnered. But I'm pretty much the same as Zach. It's just helping other people achieve that and kind of contributing towards this community, which is an awesome community, and helping people in any way that I can. So I mean, I always feel quite bad because I can't get into everyone's stream and be there all the time and host everybody. And, but that's basically the goal, is to help other people at the same time. It's obviously the ultimate goal for me is to get partnered and then carry on from there, to use that and help people further down the line as well.
Okay, well, with that, has there been a point so far with you guys where you're like, this is something that, I mean, is a real possibility, and I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm gonna die. Run away from the stickle fingers.
I killed him.
Oh, you did? All right, cool, great. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. Oh shit, I'm not gonna live now.
Oh, you jinxed it.
No, I'm still gonna live. So for the next few seconds anyway. But what was has there been a point, or what was the point where you looked at it and you thought, well, this is really, I mean, while it might be a long ways away, this is a real possibility in regards to partnership?
I think for me is seeing people like around me get partnered. So people like She Snaps and Stazzy Cross, like seeing them and being in their streams before they got partnered, and then seeing them get the partnership. It's kind of like, yeah, it's something I want, and something that hopefully one day will be realistic for me as well.
For sure. Zach?
Oh man, I mean, it's so many different things. I mean, the main thing is my mindset. I just won't give up. Period. I just believe that I will get it. I just have a high belief in myself with it. But what really, really propelled that belief in myself was, I have to credit to it, is the first ever streamer racing league that I was so blessed to be a part of. I was literally the black sheep of the whole thing, the only streamer there that literally was not known at all. I don't know how I got in there, but I guess I was working it at the right time, and I had the opportunity and was prepared for it. So that was really what really propelled my belief was that whole event, and just to consistently do what I need to do, consistent being the key word, keep at it. And just like actually what Angel said too, you know, seeing all these streamers that I enjoy watching and watch them literally grow to partnership and well beyond. So it's it's a combination of things, but yeah, I would probably credit a lot to the SRO and then its community and how they just back you up.
Yeah, and now you're even on that streamer charity shirt too, just like I am. You know, so
exactly.
You know, that definitely helps.
And I'm on here.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Like like there are people like going around to different streams now that, you know, once they got the shirt, now that everybody has the shirt, they're actually going. Oh, fart. Actually, hold on. Are you here?
Who?
Oh no, I thought I saw Hammer. Did we kill the Hammer?
Oh yeah, I think he's dead.
Okay. Anyway, oh man. So there are people. Oh my god. Man, there's just like so many, killed so many, and they're still alive. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, there's people going around to the different streams, you know, that are on that streamer t-shirt, and you're definitely getting people that, you know, wouldn't have otherwise been, you know, at the stream had it not been for. God damn it! There's so many snipers over there just sniping this way. So anyway, so like, okay, so for you, Angel Eyes, now you stream directly from console. What have you seen have been the challenges or disadvantages you've seen there? Or I mean, because there's a lot of streamers that do get partnered from being, you know, us console streamers. I mean, you know, Real Crafty is certainly a good example of that. So what has been some of your challenges? And I mean, do you have any ambition to, you know, create a streaming PC or build a streaming PC and stream in a more traditional sense?
Yeah, definitely that's one of my goals, is to get a streaming PC. Now this is like my personal opinion, so I don't want to like offend anybody or like say one way or another, but
sure.
I feel a lot of the players that, the people that are partnered that do stream off console tend to be very good at the game, and that's kind of the focus.
Sure.
Is the gameplay. Whereas I think with having a PC and you've got your overlays and all your alerts and everything, it kind of brings more personality to it. So if you're more about personality, I feel that having a PC kind of helps having a streaming PC. As I said, that's just my opinion. But I do find, like, I do look at everybody else's streams who have PCs, and I'm like, I think like I'd have this and I'd have this, and I've kind of got it built up in my mind. So that is definitely like a goal for me,
right,
to have that. So
yeah, for sure. So yeah, and that's just it. I mean, that's one thing that a lot of people, you have to understand that even if you're not one of those MLG style players, you're going to have to focus on your own personality and your community. Just turning on your stream is, you know, not necessarily going to draw any attention to you. You know, and so yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, like for me, when my very first stream, the very first time I ever tried to stream, you playing some like some drums on your lap there, Zaki?
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on over here? It's like,
it's just the drums, guys. It's just the drums.
little lap drum there, a little lap drum happening on. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, like, it's, you know, streaming from the console, like that was, like I said, that was my very first time I tried streaming. I wasn't even serious about streaming. I was streaming. It was a different Twitch account that I had. It was just something I was like, well, I'm gonna turn this on. It was actually the Destiny beta that I streamed, and I had a couple people come in, but I really didn't know anything about streaming. It wasn't anything I took seriously. I was just like, well, you know, I got I got my PSN camera and have my, I can just connect directly to Twitch, but it was nothing I really took seriously. But it's definitely a disadvantage in the current state. Now, before when the PlayStation 4 was the only console you could stream from, they had Twitch had it set up so that the PS4 streamers got a lot of the attention from people watching on PS4. So back then it was actually an advantage in some respects, and I think I've heard a lot of console streamers really got their start there. But so Zach, you got anything to say about that? Were you ever a console streamer? Zach, did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I don't want you guys to hear my epic lap drum solo. But yeah, no, that's the first place I did stream. Back in May is when I was streaming off of my console, and just same thing, just kind of fooling around, not really, thinking much of it. Just, hey, we're doing Crota, it just came out, it's the first day, stream it for people who, want to watch her or something. But, and I agree. Even back then, there was a slight disadvantage just because of that. The picture quality, the camera, the noise quality, just all around. It didn't have much more of an advantage back then because, as you said, Angry, it was more segregated to PS4.
Right.
People who are on the console watching. So yeah, no, I agree with both of you, honestly. And that's, and that's kind of why I went to. I had a computer, fortunately, but that's when I decided to go to and just bring it to my computer.
Yeah, and see that was one of the things that really got me into streaming, and what really kind of brought me to where I am now is just the fact that I already had my computer. Or I actually just purchased a computer, and wow, why?
Fungo.
Anyway, but I just gotten a new PC, and I was like, you know what, this thing's probably good enough to stream on, so why not? And so that's kind of where I started. I already had a lot of my audio equipment already set up, so there was very minimal investment on my part. The only thing I had to do is get a capture card, which I ended up buying the Elgato, and then eventually replaced it with the AverMedia internal card, which I prefer. But oh man. So now, okay, so one thing that we want to talk about, and again, I don't know how in depth we're gonna go on this, just because we got plans to make it a focus of the Monday Night Rare here in the future. But that is, Angel Eyes, obviously you are a female streamer, and there is a certain stigma in certain circles regarding being a female streamer on Twitch, and what that means, and the people that it attracts, and just the overall attitude by a number of different people about female streamers, whether it's negative or positive. I thought we'd bring it up, talk a little bit about it, because we talked about it a bit in a previous Monday Night Rare, but again, we didn't have a female's perspective of it. Now you had a chance to watch that particular episode, I believe. So what would you say, if you were here with us that night, what were some of the comments that you would make?
I think I agree with a lot of what you guys said in regards to there are certain girls who just show flesh, and that gets them followers, viewers, and donations.
Okay, hold on. Hold that thought 1 second. Are we getting raided by Broman? We got Mega Salty Raid coming in. Welcome, Raiders. Is that what's going on here? Guys, thank you so much for coming by. By the way, this is Monday Night Rare, my Monday night weekly podcast, and you guys came in at a really good time. Is that what's going on here? If the podcast, by the way, if things go down, please. Oh man, that guy did not get hit. Please refresh, because we might end up going down if this is indeed the Broman raid. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by, hitting that follow button. Unfortunately, I don't have alerts on right now. 420. Thank you again, guys. So, once again, this is Monday Night Rares, my weekly podcast where I feature 2 other growing streamers. We talk about Destiny. We talk about different issues with streaming, our experiences as growing streamers, and we try to give advice where we can to other streamers who are either growing or interested in streaming. So thank you guys, everybody, for stopping by and chilling and hanging out. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button, and make sure you put up that multi-link mods. And I'm not really paying attention now. All right, so I'm sorry. Okay, so Angel Eyes, you were talking about being a female streamer, and I'm sorry I interrupted you, but go ahead.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I do agree with there are certain female streamers that do like show flesh, and that gets them followers, donations, and then you've got the other kind. Like I find Destiny. You tend to find the female streamers are really about the game or
right.
the personality. We don't really found many that are kind of like just about exploitation, if you call it. But yeah, I think it's kind of hard as a female to kind of separate yourself from that stigma of that's what female streamers are.
Right. So, well, tell us a little bit about your personal experiences with dealing with trolls, with dealing with that stigma.
I think it's one of those. It's quite hard. Like for me, I've got quite good mods, so if anyone comes in and says anything inappropriate, it's literally like they're gone within seconds. And I've had a few. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few people who come in and just try and throw some cheesy chat up lines straight away, but that's kind of my view. That I've not had a lot. I've had a few trolls, but that's pretty much it. But I find as a female, if you aren't one of those people, it's kind of like you've either got to be really good at the game. It's like you've got to justify why you can play the game. Now this is something I know Bell Bunny has put a YouTube video up about it. He says the same thing. It's like, oh, well, you're a female streamer, so you've got to be good at the game. You can't just go on and have a laugh and have a bit of, fun. You've got to be really good at the game. You've got to justify why you're a gamer.
Right. I mean, do you feel that pressure of justifying yourself on Twitch, or is it? I mean, because I never really thought about it from that perspective, man. Because obviously. I think that, and obviously, it's a huge double standard. This guy will not take enough damage. I think that's a huge double standard, obviously. Sure.
Yeah, I have found that before. I have found people come in and kind of go, "Oh, you're a female streamer. You're not showing your boobs off, so you must be like Miss 5,000 watts." It's like, no, I just want to play the game and have fun and chat to people. And you will find people come in and go, "Oh, you're not very good," and it's like, "Oh, I didn't say I was very good in the game." But I think a lot of it is just trying not to focus on it, which is what I try and do. And I know a lot of like female streamers that I know would just go in and have a laugh, and if people don't like it, then they don't need to be in your stream. So
right, for sure. So before we continue, once again, everybody that's just joining us, you're watching Monday Night Rare, which is my weekly live Destiny podcast with 2 other growing streamers. Tonight we have Angel Eyes 66 and Zach Elite. Oh no! I am not playing very well, guys, and obviously we are sitting here chatting, and I'm not really paying that close attention to what I'm doing. So please don't judge. Don't judge. And welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. Mods, make sure we get to keep that multi-link up in chat so that Zach Elite and Angel Eyes can share in the wonderful raid that Broman has sent us today. So, and again, thank you, Broman, if you're watching. If not, either way, thank you so much for the raid. And so, Zach, why don't you have any comments? I mean, what has been your experience? Number one, with female streamers, okay, and good or bad, or in like your, I guess, let's just start with that. What's been your experience with female streamers?
I think because I've been kind of by choice, secluded to the Destiny directory.
Right.
I really haven't, and because of that, which just shows the type of community we're in, I really haven't been exposed much to that type of stigma. The boob flash, the cleavage, and all that, stuff, whatever. The unpersonal, getting views for other reasons other than the purpose, to stream and
Sure.
entertain and share your personality. So I haven't really been exposed to much of that. But what I have been exposed to, yeah, I think it's wrong. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but it happens, and it's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, of course, there's nothing we can do, but yeah, I don't really agree with it. It's really unfortunate. Now, as for being good, I think there is a pedestal that gamers, because it was predominantly, I guess, viewed as a male type thing, that they put that you have to be good with it. But there are some people who aren't exceptional that are streaming, Destiny or Call of Duty, who have became successful or is growing, and becoming successful in it. So it's starting to drift out of it, and I'm almost, now I could be wrong, but I believe I heard of a study to say that now the larger of the demographic in gaming is becoming women. It's growing.
Sure.
Females. It's growing exponentially, which I like to hear, because that means that there's a lot more community building around the gaming community. There's a lot more people building around the gaming community.
Sure.
It's not just guys. It's not just that stereotype. It's not one-sided anymore. It's more. So yeah, I don't agree with it, but I am starting to see more and more females streaming that don't portray that stigma, that don't put themselves out there, if you know what I mean, in that sense, which is really nice. But yeah, like Angel said, it's almost like some people come in to expect that, and it's unfortunate because they do come in and say, "Hey, show me your boobs," and it's wrong, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't agree with it, and that's kind of like my standpoint on it.
Let's see if I can get I need Rogue Bishop want a smiley face with a thumbs up. Hopefully that does it for you there, Rogue Bishop. By the way, I should mention that tonight's show, Monday Night Rare, and every week's Monday Night Rare is brought to you by PlayStation.io. They are a graphics company that help out smaller streamers, growing streamers, or even big streamers with graphics. They do have some pre-made graphics that they give away for free, and also do some on commission. So once again, PlayStation.io. There we go. So make sure I do have a link to it in my information panel. Please check it out. It is PlayStation.io. Just gracefully, they did all my graphics, including the overlay that you're seeing now, and all my information panels and stuff like that. So check it out. They do a great job, and they they work with you, communicate well with you, and get your stuff back to you real fast. All right. So again, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this subject. I mean, it's super important. But again, we are going to actually kind of return to this topic, pardon me, here in about a month when, and I guess I'll go ahead and announce it now. We have scheduled up, and hopefully, nothing changes, but we do have it scheduled for the Titan Sisters, which Angel Eyes is a part of, to come back on the stream. And this is one of the topics that we are really gonna hash out and talk about, because it does need to be talked about. The stigma needs to go away, and we really have to cover it from a little bit different angle. But it's good to have Angel Eyes get your perspective on it as a female streamer, somebody obviously, like I say, you started back in September. It's somebody who's been doing it for a while, and I'm sure has dealt with a lot. Because as a male streamer, I don't really get that side of it, because there's generally not too many females, or guys for that matter, but females coming in and you're harassing me. Of course, I'm not really that good looking to begin with, but
oh, they don't harass you? Oh man.
No, it's not so much harassment. No.
Just that.
But again, remember.
Take your shirt off.
Yeah, taking my shirt off. Yeah, well, they want me to take my shirt off just so they can see.
To do like that.
By the way, guys, if there are any questions in chat, please put them in chat. Mods, if I miss them, please make sure you at your fine Angry Raspberry. I know Ming Ling. Okay, Ming Ling, she kind of harasses me sometimes, but I kind of like it. Anyway, so yeah, that beard. All right, District does Destiny. Catch you later, man. Have a good one. So again, if there's any questions in chat, make sure you post it up. Feel free to ask any questions of myself, of Zach, or of Angel Eyes, and we'll try to address some mods. If I miss them, make sure you message them at me so that they're highlighted and I can see them, and I'll try to pay attention to chat as much as I can, and we'll get those questions asked. So great. Now I went and lost. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you, Angel. So we brought up the Titan Sisters. This is something again that you guys are going to be coming on. The tentative schedule right now is to have you on the 14th of March. That is when we're planning on. I mean, that's not tentative. I mean, it's locked in, but obviously things can happen between now and then. So hopefully not. But so tell us a little bit about the Titan Sisters and what you guys are kind of doing with that.
Well, originally the Titan Sisters started in Guardian Outpost's stream.
Okay.
We kind of all met each other and we all started chatting and realized we all mained Titans.
Right.
So we kind of just started talking and created the Titan Sisters. Now we've got plans for the Titan Sisters now that it's myself, Princess Nards, BK Spleen, Laura Apocalyptic, and Lou. We are going to be doing a weekly stream as the Titan Sisters, so we'll play together. There's only 5 of us, so we've decided we can have a special guest to do raids and PvP. So it's all kind of in the works at the minute to start that off. We've got our first raid on Saturday.
Fantastic.
And our special guest is Guardian Outpost. So
nice.
So yeah,
Very cool.
That's what the Titan Sisters are.
Very cool. Very cool. So now you guys were a part of a special event this past weekend. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and how that went?
We were part of a charity stream for mental health awareness. It was for a UK charity called Mind. They basically deal with all types of mental health and give support to families and people with mental health problems. Sure. So yeah, it went really well. Our original goal was £350, and then we ended up making about 1,150.
Wow, nice.
So yeah, it was really good. It went really well. BK Spleen, who's one of the Titan Sisters, she was part of organising that. So yeah, it all went really well. I mean, for me personally, I've had mental health problems such as anxiety, so
Sure.
I was really involved with it, and I really wanted to help any way that I could.
Absolutely. Man, I tell you what, we're getting a bunch of really bad connections here today. Freaking a bunch of yellow bars and stuff. Just come on, Bungo. Oh man, I missed that shot, just barely. So what other kind of stuff you guys kind of involved with? Is there anything else you guys are involved with? Zach, you guys got any kind of organizations you work with or anything?
Well, this Sunday I was part of a big thing that Bungie was promoting with Crimson Doubles with StackUp.org, which is really cool. And they're promoting it. StackUp.org. They organize everything for veterans.
Sure.
So I had a 4-hour block that I did in support of veterans, and I have a couple of veterans in my family. So it was something that I actually got excited to do, not just for the opportunity, but it does touch home with me, and it was something special for me to be able to give back to veterans, with family members, being veterans. Now they have passed on, so I wasn't able to ever help them in that sense. And also I was, very young, immature, and didn't really know what that all meant. But, it was something that I was consciously able to give back to, my great-grandfather. Sure. That's even though they're not here anymore, but to be able to help out with current. So it was something that recently that I've done.
Sure. Awesome. So, what do you guys got? Anyway, so let's talk about advice for upcoming streamers. Now again, we've all are relatively new to streaming. I mean, comparatively. But what do you guys think? What would you guys say for a starting streamer, aside from the basic stuff of going out, just doing it and like networking, that sort of stuff. What would you guys say to like if somebody said, I'm thinking about streaming, what are some of the pieces of advice you guys would give to a new streamer, to Angel Eyes, to a female streamer, or just a any streamer in general?
I would probably say someone who's never done it before, obviously have a few goes at it, see if it's for them first of all, because some people realize after doing it once or twice it isn't for them,
right?
Before they go out and buy a big fancy PC and everything. And then I think it is just about, as much as it is about networking, it's about going into other people's streams, seeing what they do, how they're different, and how there are different streamers out there, and decide what type of streamer they want to be as well. Like if you're amazing gameplay, like if you're a PvP master, then that's kind of going to be your niche, or is it going to be about personality? That's what I'd ask them questions really, and see what they're going to be wanting to get out of it as well.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's important. We'll kind of touch on that. We kind of did touch on it a little bit, but Zach, what would you say to that question?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that I'd agree with, and I would say the same thing. I would say the first thing is definitely, if you can, the most investment I would ever put into a stream is for the first time is if you have a console that can stream, buy a camera for the console that it will work with, and just stream off of that. A lot of people become successful, as you said before, crafty from it, so you don't even have to buy anything until you've got to the point where you think you can invest simply from the stream itself. That's ideal, of course, but that would be the first thing. The second thing, I also agree with Angel in the sense that while you're doing it, see if you even like it. You may not even care to do it.
For sure.
Personally, I feel if you're looking for success in it, or anything really, you got to find a passion in it. You literally have to have an emotional attachment and a drive to do it, because there's going to be, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get your ass kicked, you're going to get stomped, and it's really going to be a matter of can you get back up.
Right.
And it's going to be difficult, and not just physically or monetarily. That's the easy part. It's the mental attitude. So definitely see if you can, if you have that strength in it, that you have such a passion for it that you can still do it even when you get knocked down. Very important, because the internet can be very brutal. And I'm sure we all know that, whether we stream or not. So definitely that, and yeah, and just go back to what Angel said. Find who you are, be who you are. Don't be something you're not. Find something you can really expose of yourself that you want other people to see as entertainment, and run with it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what? Let's switch gears a little bit. So, Bungie announced during our last. We're gonna talk about Destiny now. We haven't really talked a whole lot about Destiny. Bungie last week during the weekly update. They don't call it the weekly update. It's This Week in Destiny, or whatever the heck they call it. They announced. God dang, I am not playing very well at all. They announced that there will be an update coming soon, as far as, we don't want to call it DLC, but just an update to the game with, a higher, they're going to raise the light level. There's going to be some more content and whatnot. What do you guys think is going to be coming? And what do you guys think of the current state of Destiny?
Well, I'm rubbish at trying to predict what's going to happen. I'm always wrong. So for me, Destiny at the minute, I do love Destiny because of mainly the people, but I am finding it is harder to kind of go, oh, I'm going to play tonight. It's what is there to do? I mean, I did enjoy Crimson Doubles. That this week has been quite good, but it's not really enough to grab you and pull you in.
Sure.
I'm kind of hoping there's going to be something relatively big in the next one, especially with other games coming out, kind of drag me back to Destiny.
Hey, I have someone that might want to join. That wants to join.
Okay, yeah, I'll back us out. Yeah, if there's anybody that wants to join, we do have, I think, 2 spots open. No, we have 1 spot open. 1 spot open. So yeah, and that's just it. I mean, that's one thing that as a Destiny streamer, and I don't know what your guys' plans are. I mean, I don't know how often you stream other games. I am a Destiny streamer. That's what I do. I don't really do anything else. I don't really have a desire to stream anything else. And we're looking at here in about 3 weeks now, or no, 4 weeks, three weeks, whatever. 3 weeks. We're gonna be looking at The Division is going to be launching. And obviously there's a lot of streamers going to be heading to that, and there's going to be a lot of players heading to that. So, 69. So there's gonna be a lot of people heading that way. So what do you guys say to, I mean, what do you guys see, the real impact of The Division on Destiny over the next, say, 3 months?
See, I think because there's been a lot of games that have come out while Destiny's been out, like Fallout, obviously COD. I think people will go to those other games, but I think they'll always come back to Destiny. Speaking to people, that's what they say to me all the time.
Sure.
It always brings me back there.
Right.
Always. I mean, for me especially, like my group of friends, like in real life and obviously through streaming, everybody, like Destiny is that like thing that holds us all together. It's like, oh, what should we do together? Oh yeah, let's go on Destiny. Even if there's not particularly anything to do, we can just go into PvP and have a few games. Or like recently I've been playing like private sweaty matches and doing stuff like that. So I think people always come back to Destiny.
Right.
I think it'll just be, I think that with The Division it will drag people away, but they'll come back, I think.
Yeah, what do you think, Zach?
Yeah, well, let's take it back 12 years. So there is a game called World of Warcraft that came out,
okay.
And every year after that, there's been a WoW Killer.
Oh, for sure, yep.
Game that came out, and it just goes back to that whole concept. The WoW Killer. Oh, what is this? Oh, Terra, the WoW Killer. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's gonna kill WoW. World of Warcraft still has, I think, like 11 million subscribers playing at one time.
For sure.
They have like one of the still largest communities playing, online, logged in, not just subscribers, logged in, and just going back to that, it's exactly what's happening here. People are, it's a Destiny killer, this, da.
For sure.
The reason why World of Warcraft stuck to where it was is because the way that it's made, the way how it plays, and the feel of it. That's why Destiny, people come back to Destiny. That's why people don't leave Destiny. It's why people who say, oh, I'm gonna quit Destiny, Destiny sucks, talk bad about it,
right.
Still play it. And people who still go to other games, they come back. Not just for the community, which is, I think, is more than 50% of the reason. But because this game is made well, but put together interestingly. I'll say it that way. But this game is made very well. There's no other game that has the gunplay, the feel, the smoothness of it in the sense of how the gameplay is.
Right.
Of course, there's little issues here and there, but that's just how it is. And I think with Destiny being the first of its kind to do it successfully, it's going to be the WoW of this genre, and it's going to stay for a very long time. And I think that, just like Angel said, people are going to come back, of course, for the community, but they're going to come back because it's a great game. In the next 3 months, I think, just like how it has before, it'll dip,
right?
But it'll come back and normalize. People are going to go into Division, and there's going to be people who play Destiny. I think it's going to be two different communities. I don't think they're really going to overlap that much. And I think once the Division's out for a while, I think you're going to see sort of separation. I think it's really mixing water and oil together. You mix it together and shake it, they seem like they're going together, but over time, they split, and you see the difference.
Yeah, for sure. And before we continue, once again, guys, this is Monday Night Rare, where we get with my guests, Zach Elite and Angel Eyes. We're talking about Destiny right now, but we're also talking about streaming. So if you have any questions, of course, they both are streamers on the PS4. There is a multi-link. Make sure you enter or watch or check out the multi-link, and so you can watch all three streams at the same time, and you can talk in chat with all three streamers. But yeah, no, I think you definitely hit it on the head. I wonder, because like I think a lot of people's concern recently really just mainly stems from the lack of communication that Bungie has had. And we've talked about it before, but Bungie has really done a poor job of its about what we have to expect here in the Destiny community for for this game, and it was a huge concern for me. I know, because I mean, I've been a very big I don't know, supporter of Bungie throughout this. In many ways. I do another podcast on Tuesday nights where I'm constantly feels like I'm defending Bungie in this fact that you know, that they have to have a plan. They have to, and then all of a sudden they fire their CEO, and then I'm like, uh-oh. Well, I guess no, they didn't fire his CEO. He stepped down. Make sure I get that, you know, correct. So, I mean, I think there was a lot of concern about that. People were, you know, really questioning, especially other streamers like myself, were really questioning Destiny as a choice for streaming, because there's some people that this is what they plan for their livelihood, right? So, or plan, you know, their stream around something that they put a lot of work into, and a lot of it can definitely go downhill, and if it's not managed properly. So definitely reason to be concerned.
I was going to say, for me, I think it's not really the lack of content. It has been the lack of communication that people have kind of not got irate about, but kind of like, oh, what's going on? Whereas I think there's a bit more communication, then people wouldn't be as like worried about where Destiny is headed.
Sure. I mean, that's kind of what, you know, one of my concerns was, like, when I heard that their CEO stepped down, because like I said, I was constantly being like, oh, it's gonna be all right. You know, Bungie has a plan. You know, in Bungie we trust, right? And then that happened, and I was like, well, maybe not. Maybe they don't have a plan. Maybe that was the problem, you know, all along. And so I think, though, that now I think Bungie knows that there's an issue. I think Bungie knows that they need to step it up with the communication, because I mean, they're not stupid. Oh man, freaking alligator arms. You know, so hopefully it'll pick up, and we'll definitely learn more, I'm sure, here in the next several days, or several weeks rather, regarding what to expect. And that's all I really wanted. It was just what's coming. I need to know. I need to know that there's something to look forward to. But
you know, I almost feel like I'm the only one that was happy that the CEO stepped down. and the reason why I feel that way is not. I mean, of course, there's always a concern, because that means there's an issue with management, but that also means that, you know, there's things that are not going well at the bottom.
Sure.
And with that, it always starts at the top. So I'm glad that they didn't fire developers or programmers who are doing the work, or they didn't suggest it, or somebody didn't just start leaving from that end. I'm glad that the management is really more of adjusting, because that's really where the success is. I mean, you don't have to be the greatest programmer, but if you're not, you know, if the manager or the leader is not there, then everything can go fall. So I was actually pretty happy to hear about that, because to me, that's telling me that big things are gonna be changing, and what we have right now is not what we want. So we're looking for change, whether it's communication or whatnot, and we got change in management, and I think that's a great place to start. So I was actually quite happy to hear that.
Well, no, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like my thing was, I was happy that they made a change, because obviously a change had to happen. But what was really kind of concerning for me, though, was just that, was the question of whether there was a plan to begin with, and whether there was. Oh, come on. There we go. And just that, my faith in Bungie at the time was, put into question, just from the fact that, you would hope that they were in a good direction regardless, and that they had a plan. And, that just, like I said, just kind of put it into question. But no, I'm happy that, I've evidently identified an issue and made a change. And again, the only other question is, of course, was that where did that change come from? Was it just because he was doing such a bad job, or again, like I'd mentioned in another area, or another podcast I did, was it out of a place that he just wasn't towing the company line? And so yeah, so guys, and just once again, guys, I am on. This is Monday Night Rare. Gameplay's not showing up. Are you kidding me? Oh man.
Cart freeze?
No, I think I think I'm gonna have to I might have to restart my the PS4. No, I don't know what happens. Again, HDCP has something wrong with my PlayStation 4. I'm gonna have to restart it.
Well, guys, here's a live struggle that streamers go through every day.
Yeah.
But once in a while, you're experiencing it live.
Yeah, this has only happened to me once before, but it has happened to me before, unfortunately. So I'll have to deal with this as soon as this match is over. I'm gonna have to try to figure out what it is. I may have to restart the stream, which I really hate to do because that's gonna affect my how I upload the stream or this episode. No. Okay, so yeah, I'll be checking that out here after we're done with this match, which is almost over. So bear with me, guys. I apologize. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure where the error comes from. It only happened to me once before, so